Okay, here's your read aloud video for today. Make sure you have your notes out. Okay, I'm gonna read the pages, and then we'll fill in the notes. Make sure you follow along and copy down what I write. We're reading pages 32 through 37 today. Starting with Jeffrey. So let's review real quick. Yesterday, we learned about the plant experiment. We last read about Luke when he made these potions and things from his chemistry set and made the fire alarm go off. He thought he was going to get in trouble, but he did not. Jeffrey got interested and excited about something, and he is starting to think that Mr. Terupt is a special teacher. Here we go, Jeffrey. Luke was trying to feed our plant. I saw the smoke rising. I knew what was going to happen. Terupt did too, because I saw him go to the windows right away. Not fast enough, though. The alarm still went off. The whole school had to go outside because of Luke. When we came back in, some guy was walking down the hall with our janitors, Mr. Loomis and Mr. Rudy. Terupt sent us into the classroom, but he stayed in the hall. I hid by the door to listen. All of it, the man yelled. I want all of it off the walls. He was pointing at our math posters. Mr. Loomis looked up at Terupt. You heard him, he said. I'm not taking them down, Terupt said. Do you know who this is? Mr. Rudy said. This is the fire marshal. Terupt said, I don't care who it is. I'm not taking them down. He looked at the fire marshal and said, Go do something else. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Sorry, let me start over from this page. Do you know who this is? Mr. Rudy said. This is the fire marshal. Terupt said, I don't care who it is. I'm not taking them down. He looked at the fire marshal and said, You have no idea how hard my kids worked on these. He was pointing at our posters. He was pointing at my poster. It had one word on it, stupid, and it wasn't even a dollar word. All of a sudden, I felt bad because I hadn't tried on Terupt's project. There were some more words said, but then the fire marshal left. The poster stayed. I hope he felt stupid. Terupt came back into the room. Peter was out of his seat. Mr. T, you just told that guy off, Peter said, dancing around. That was awesome. No, I didn't, Terupt said. Get in your seat. You shouldn't have seen that. But I saw it, and I heard it. Terupt stuck up for us. There's always posters up in the school halls, and they're never fire hazards. I think the fire marshal was just mad about our false alarm. And I think Terupt knew that too. He wasn't gonna get pushed around. Our hard work mattered to Terupt. Even mine. I owed him now. I had to try, even if only a little. Okay, let's find Peter. Oh, sorry. No, not Peter. Jeffrey. Okay. So, we wrote this yesterday. Okay, gets excited about school, the plants, okay, and the interaction with the fire marshal. But now he actually is kind of starting to feel guilty when this happened. So he says, our hard work mattered, even mine. I had to try, even if only a little. So he kind of has this aha moment. He should try because Mr. T cares. Okay, he's feeling guilty. Okay, pause it if you need to keep writing. Anna. I didn't want my plant to die. I didn't want to put it in the box. Everybody was staring at me, and I started crying. Mr. Terupt took me out into the hall. Anna, what's wrong? I don't want to kill my plant, I blurted out. My back slid down the wall, and I put my head in my hands. We're not going to kill your plant, Mr. Terupt knelt down in front of me. Yes, you are, I said. If we put it in the box, it's going to kill it. We'll take it out before it dies, he promised. No, I don't want to hurt it. Tell you what, Anna, let's do the experiments that are lined up for your plant. We have to, because Danielle is your partner and she needs to do the science too. Then when we're all done, I'll let you take my plant, our control, the one that we don't do anything to. So he has his plant that just stays there like a normal plant, and then each pair of kids has their plant that they have all the variables for, and they can compare the two. I still didn't like the idea of hurting my plant, but I liked the idea of getting the control. I think he saw my hesitation. Plus, since you're working with Danielle, I have a feeling that your plant is actually going to be just fine. I don't know Danielle that well. She's never been in my class before. She seems nice. I like her. Sometimes she's friends with Alexia. I don't know why, though. I'm glad I'm partners with Danielle and not Alexia. I've never been in Alexia's class, but I can tell she's mean. All the girls listen to her, though. Katie, Emily, Heather, Natalie, all of them. Not me. I stay away from her. My mom has warned me not to get involved in that popularity stuff. She was ostracized once. That means nobody wanted to be friends with her. My mom told me that it was like there was a big group of people holding hands in a circle, and she was never let in. She always had to stand outside the circle. Mom doesn't ever want that to happen to me. It was when she was 16 and pregnant with me. I can tell that she still hurts inside from all of it. Even her own parents shunned her. That's why she quit school shortly after I was born and moved out. She tried to move in with my dad. I've never met him, but that didn't work out. He left. Mom says we can talk about my dad and the whole situation when I'm older. All I know is that she says he's a nice man. My grandma and grandpa, I've never met them either, still don't want anything to do with us. They moved far away after my mom moved out. My mom might be young, but she's still a great mom. She's my best friend, and I love her. If you love someone, you don't quit on them just because they make a mistake. Mr. Terupt helped me stand up. Trust me on this one, he said. Be positive. We headed back into the classroom. My plant went into the box and came out a few days later. A little yellow and without a lot of new growth, but it was alive. Turning it on its side wasn't harmful, so I was okay with that test. And then it was our chance to feed it whatever we wanted. Mr. Terupt was right. Danielle knew what she was doing. Here's a list of things we can mix together, Danielle said. I read the list. I didn't know everything on it. How did she? My grandmother helped me with it, she said. She's always been good at growing things. She's the reason we have successful crops on the farm. Both of us brought in some of the ingredients. We mixed them together and fed our plant. Ours was the only one to survive. It turned really green and grew and grew and grew. I took the control home, but Danielle and I decided to leave our plant in school. We kept feeding it and everyone watched it grow. It grew almost to the ceiling, wrapping itself around the cord to the blinds all the way up. Then one day it was knocked over. Somehow our super-duper plant fell off the windowsill. Nobody knows how it happened. I have a pretty good idea, though. I bet Alexia did it, because it happened when she was being nasty to Danielle. I'm thankful that Mr. Terupt let me take the control home. I didn't want her to hurt that one, too. I liked being Danielle's partner. I wonder now if Mr. Terupt knew what he was doing, starting between me and Danielle. I wonder. Okay, let's find Anna. She's back here. Okay. So I think the big thing here about Anna was that we learned a little bit about like her family, like her past. So mom is young. Okay. Let's see. This is a Words of the Wiser. She talks about her mom giving advice about not getting involved in like popularity stuff. You can also say she doesn't know her dad or grandparents. Okay. Okay. I think that's good for Anna. All right, make sure you have your notes for Anna and Jeffrey. And go ahead and move on to the next thing on your checklist after you listen to this video.